Woo child, we getting started now. We getting started now. Woo child, we getting started now. We getting started now. We getting started now. Woo child, we getting started now. We getting started now. We getting started now. Woo child, we getting started now. Woo child, we getting started now.
I be the ghost bar star, far from here to Montana. That's class, top of glamour. I carry baby glamour with bad Atlanta. And LA Dodge Metro Slammers. Happy birthday of Virgo, yeah, the kids here. Just call me Mr. September. D. Smith, who talks with
Klass is back in session. Yeah. Yo, what's goody two shoes, man? Guess who's in the building? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Excuse me. Everybody all across the world, Klass is back in the building. We're here, so let's talk about it. I want to talk about depression. I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about women. I want to talk about things that I've learned through my walk of life that, how can I say, or how do I dare say, the challenges that we all go through comes broad makeup in which dictates who we become. And this is facts. You see, a lot of people don't understand, man. When you've been through some things, you still go through some things. It's just the way of life. But let's hold that to the side for a minute. Because when we talk about depression, there are many variations and forms of this. I myself, I've suffered depression on many different levels. To this day, I still fight some battles. Most I'm over. However, I can honestly admit, to get through most of the depression or the things that I went through or had to subject myself to or through, I had to get rid of people that just wasn't serving my spirit. It's the best way to put it. People that don't serve your spirit don't deserve to be around you, don't deserve your attention, and definitely, damn sure don't deserve the conversation or to be in contact with you. One thing that I've learned though, tattoos, piercings, aka self-mutilation. Some people cut themselves, like literally cut themselves over and over and over and over and over again. Like seriously. A tattoo is a form of cutting yourself. You gotta dig and rip through your skin. I got one tattoo in my life. One tattoo. Literally one tattoo. I actually wanted another one after the fact, but I never did, because the first and only tattoo that I got and put on my body, it was so personal to me and dear to me that I couldn't think of nothing that could follow behind such.
Woo child, we getting started now. We getting started now. Woo child, we getting started now. We getting started.
Need some help?
No, I'm an independent woman and I can do it by myself.
I never thought to find a follow-up behind, the tattoo that I originally got. And there was nothing that I could actually do to come behind that. However, what I learned is, in self-mutilization cutting or burning is one way in which individuals show they are depressed. Some people don't like some of the things that happen in their life or some things that they go through. I mean, even if you look at maybe some of the entertainers, actors, musicians, and athletes and stuff of this nature, you know, they tattoo their body up like crazy. I was told way back, you know, those with extra tats all over the place, 10 times out of 10, something happened that they have to be in that position to be like, pause. If you know, you know. Pause. But depressed people might not look depressed. I know for a fact I've been that. You don't look depressed, but you're definitely going through it. So why is that important? Because when you meet someone, court someone, or even in today's generation, you know, attempt to date or go out or start relationships and stuff of that nature, people just look normal and you would just think, yo, it's all good. And then it's not all good. As a matter of fact, things is bad. And before you know it, you could be caught in Charlotte's web and you could be taken for a loop. Whoa. When I say loop, I mean loop. Hula hoops, jump ropes, just stuck on stupid, shot by Cupid, lost in succubus. If you know, you know. Whether it be LGDMV, pause, or whatever it may be. It is what it is. The total cost of depression in the United States are estimated to be 44 billion, 12 billion in direct costs of treatment, 8 billion in premature deaths, and 24 billion. Did you hear that? 24 billion in absenteeism and reduced productivity at the works. Yo, these do not include out-of-the-pocket family expenses, cost of minor and untreated depression expenses, hospitalization, general medical service, or diagnostic tests. Yo, let that sink in for a second. Because 1% of the people are addicted to exercise? What you mean by that? Let that sink in. Hey yo, seeing faces with shapes in the clouds or in a fire has a name. Hey, yo, the most common depressing season is winter, and it's believed to be due to the lower exposure to sunlight. Yo, you know when they say the winter is coming, it's time to be laid up with someone making babies. Let that sink in. Oh my God. Anxiety and depression disorder are closely related. Nearly 50% of those diagnosed with depression are also diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. What? Oh, you knew that, right? Hey, yo, the first suicide recorded in the Bible was by somebody who lived in the 12th century BC. Stop playing, man. Like, seriously, man. Like when you really think about it, like depression. Oh my God, yo. It's just another. Might as well call it a disease. You know what I'm saying? For the, for lack of better terms, man. Real rap. Like PTSD. It is what it is. But build good habits. Changing habits will change your life. Yo, you cannot change the future, but you can change your habits. And surely your habits will change your future. Let that sink in. Children without adequate nutrition can suffer from severe depression. I bet you didn't believe that. But think about something. Red dies, yellow dies. Yellow, what is it? Yellow 40 and red 5, or yellow 5, red 40, and blue Nile River, whatever the case may be, man. I mean, now we dealing with bioengineer and what are we not dealing with? Because when you look at the average American, you know what I'm saying, the body's swelling up, looking all, we used to call it healthy, but now the realization is it's not healthy. You gain weight, you done swole up. It's called inflammation. But researchers have found out that there's a direct relationship between depression and the thickening of the lining What? Look, man. Enough is enough, man. Yo, we be talking this and we be talking that. But today we living in this new generation, this new age, and this new era. I hear the relationship talks. People in the dating scene. And now it's more based upon what can you do for me. And I've been saying this for the longest, since 2004, 2003. There was an album that came out, Little John and the East Siders. And in this album, there was this one particular interlude that featured Chris Rock. And Chris Rock was like, yeah, I want to be the friend that's you. That whole album. And then also T.I., he did a song called It Ain't, or I don't know, but in the song it was, he mentioned it ain't tricking if you got it. Back in 2003, if I'm not mistaken, 2003, 2004, 2003, yeah. It ain't tricking if you got it. Little John and the East Side Boys and Usher and I don't know, was T-Pain on that? Or that? I don't know, but all I remember is I remember hearing that song. I'll never forget. Wet and Wild, Wet and Wild, Wet and Wild. Wet and Wild was on the Strip, Las Vegas at the time. And it was a little bit around the time when I did a rap battle. In this rap battle, I went up against a team. Yeah, that was back when I was super hungry. I was a monster. You know what I mean? Went up against a super team. I was working, pool inspector at the Wet and Wild pool. I was inspecting pools, so you know I would check the pools, you know, for their levels of pH and you know chlorine and whatever that was, whatever in it. And if I felt the pool wasn't good to be open, I shut the pool down, and everybody had to get off the line, and you can't swim here until the pool gets corrected. The pool inspector. That's right. So I'm working my 9 to 5, so to speak. In comes this team with the yo, they was diamond out. This is gold. They was diamond out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. They was ultramagnetic bling. This whole crew walking in diamond out glycerin. I wasn't wearing no jewelry or nothing like that. However, I was exclusive though. What? 2003? Nigga, I had the Jordan 11s Burberry. I had the Jordan 11s Gucci. I had the Jordan 11s Louis Vuitton and splashing colors. Exclusive. So I was still exclusive, but I'm at work, so I ain't gonna wear all this extra whatever. But guarantee you, my feet, when I walked, it was like the president done stepped in the room. Kaboom! Yo, who that? Oh, he's the pool inspector. He got the Jordan 11s on with the Gucci, the Burberry, and the Louis Vuitton. Who that? What? Yeah, KGM. But a crew of the diamonds walked in. I ain't gonna hold you. So I'm like, yo, who that? So word came back. It's like, yo, that's Filthy Rich Records. They in the building. Like, Filthy Rich Records? Who's that? It's like, yo, that's Floyd Mayweather Jr. crew. Oh, word? Floyd? Ooh. The champ is in the building. But he wasn't in the building. It was his crew. Well, the music crew. One of the dudes was like light-skinned, heavy-set dude. He was like, yo, he the manager and all that, whatever. So I'm like, yo, who the artist? And the artist was like, yo, I rap. Yeah. And this big dude, I rap. Like, word, let me hear something. And he's like, word? I'm like, yeah. So we started the cipher. Boom. I ain't gonna hold you. It was one dude, he was tall, slim, light-skinned, kind of resemble a little Jay-Z, if you will. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't have the raps like Jay-Z, but he kind of had the structure. He had the infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me hear you. So he did his little spill. I was like, word, all right. So it was my turn. Again, 2003, 2004. I was home. 2003. I was hungry. Summer 2003. But I was on my DMX. Shake that. Bite down, shake that. And sure enough, when I say who's the master, I let him have it. Sure enough. And it got deep. We went back and forth, back and forth, back, forth and forth. He wasn't much of a competition. Facts. So, the next dude stepped up. Then it was full onslaught battle. It was raw. It was foul. It was real. In the middle of Wet and Wild on the Strip. Next door, Sahara Hotel. Boom! Dude letting it off. Bah, 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 bah. Letting off shots. Verbally. My bag was deep. It's my turn. Wow. It got so deep. My superiors at work stopped to watch. It got so deeper. Half the park stopped to watch. Wet and Wild, 2003, 2004. Klass Initials versus Filthy Rich Records. Or at least what Filthy Rich Records had representing at that moment. Facts. Me, one blue collar employee at work on the clock against all the diamonds and pearls. Yeah, and you know I'm gonna quote the Prince, because guess what? Them dudes, their arms was too short to box with God. You heard? I made short work of the second dude. Get him out of here. Out of here. At the time, I was super hungry. And my bag was deeper than a prostitute's vagina on the strip working 30 years. Ooh. Fast motion for me. Like this. Straight clockwork prostitute. Harder, deeper, harder, faster, harder, faster, harder, 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 deeper, faster, harder. Get him out of here. It got so bad. Most of the park was right there, witnessing this. 2003, June, July, June, somewhere around there. 2003, wow. Klass Initials versus the Filthy Rich Records. What's poppin'? You would have thought Ja Rule was in the building because it was murder. It got so bad. The quote-unquote manager had to intervene and stop it. But you know how you had to stop it? You see, skills, they couldn't handle that. So they had to go and throw the low blow under the under the belt. Nah. We don't battle. We make money here. Yo, we make hits. We make hits. You just a worker. Look at you. You out here working. Oh, now you want to play that, bro. Fast motion for me. And like that, the battle was over and they walked away laughing at me. So at least they thought they were. Ha 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 ha. Look at him, he's working. Ha ha ha. We got diamonds. But the people from the park that was sitting there watching, it's like, yo, don't listen to them. You destroyed them and you working. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even their diamonds. That's Floyd Mayweather Jr. diamonds and all that. They living off his name and da 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 da. And I just laugh, and I bring that story up because that was a real story. It's facts. But that was my introduction to this whole place. And I bring that up because when I was at the airport on my way here, there was a magazine called Smooth Magazine. And I bought that XXL source back in the days. There was no social media. So it was really all about that. So I bought these magazines. And Smooth Magazine on the cover was featured the girls from 702. And I said, yo, I'm heading out there. I'm going to meet them. I'm going to find her and I'm going to bag her. I'm going to get with her. You see, they use bag different terms here. Lo and behold, a week or two later, who walks through Wet and Wild? 702. I'm like, yo, it's my chance. I said I'm going after her. Who is it, Irish? It's like, no, she's mine. So I approach Misha, I think it was Misha, the sister. Irish sister Misha, I believe. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me lying. There's 2 light skin and 1 dark skin, made up of the 3, right? At least that was on the Smooth cover, and I had my eyes on Irish. So I'm like, yo, Misha, and actually Misha, yo, I swear to yo, massive shout outs to her. She was mad down to earth. She was mad cool. Yo, she was real. Like, she was just real. It's like, yo, we started a conversation. I think she had a child or 2, maybe. I'm not sure. She had children, definitely. I don't know how many, but it was some children or whatever. And I just remember we was walking and talking. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh, well, you like my sister? She right there. Go talk to her. So I didn't sit there, like, we was walking behind them, right? So I was like, oh wow, she right there. So I'm like, alright, go holler. So when I walk up and I approached Irish, is when I learned, oh snap. Wait, am I seeing double? There's 2 of you. Which one is Irish? One is Orish, I think. One was Irish, but I never knew it was twins. Identical twins. And I'm like, I wasn't ready for that. So I choked. And when I said Irish, I was actually talking Irish. How uncomfortable is that? So she's like, she's right there, talk to her. And I'm like, I felt bad because I'm like, damn, how rude. Like, if that was me, I'd have been mad. Like, damn, you want my sister, you don't want me. But I didn't know I didn't even know it was two. So I approached Irish and she hit me with the industry line. Is it business or is it pleasure? I was like, well, goddamn, business to be pleasure. She was like, well, you gotta see my manager. I was like, that was it. So that was the end of that. And, you know, shout outs to the twins. God bless. We lost them over time. And, you know, that hurt, you know. And then the dark skin one, I don't remember her name, but I do remember a church I was going to. I met her cousin, and she used to tell me all about them or whatever. I think at the time they had moved away from Vegas. They wasn't even here. They moved somewhere, maybe ATL or something of that nature or whatever have you. But shout outs to them, you know. And I'm bringing that up because, you know, that was just, you know, a little sidetrack story of the fame and the glory, you know what I'm saying? Fame and glory times or whatever. But at that time, dating was a little bit more simpler. But due to the era of the Little John and the East Siders album of 2003, whatever that album was, when they really blew up, something else was happening, being ushered in, and that was women on women not wanting dudes. So the exotic chicks was fading the dudes out of it right then and there. And on top of that, we had what you would call the party line. So it wasn't internet. We had the party line. You get on the phone, dial 702-920-4343. Only Vegas would know. Ooh. 702-920-4343. The Biosphere. Holy shnikes. If you know, you know. That was getting a date. That was getting a girlfriend, a boyfriend, or you know, same sex or whatever, right? That was then. Lord, how times were so much more easier. So you had to guess what the person looked like. So catfish at that time was, I'm 5'6", 160 pounds. Then when you see her, she's 5'5", 280. So it's like, yo, you know, you had to master the art at that time. It's like, yo, okay, you're under 60 pounds, all right. Size you up for me. Size you up for me. Yeah. What's your bra size? What's your panty size? What's your pant size? That right there, they wasn't ready for. Now, if you 5'6", 160 pounds, you're not gonna be a 42D, C, or B, or 48. 160 pounds, nah, you're not gonna be that. If you're 160 pounds, you're not gonna be a panty size extra large, or if you had to put the number on it, 16, 18, 20, pant size 20. Nah. Now, if your pant size was 20, but your bra size was a 38, you might be top not heavy, bottom heavy, thick thighs, ass. But you had to find the science to courting and relationships and finding, ideal matches, so to speak. But today, right now, 2025, you could go online, you could see everything, right? Or at least what you think is everything. Because now, of course, they got the apps. You can make the boobs bigger. You make the backside look plump. Cut out the stomach. Cut out the. You can do some editing, yeah. But the point is, nowadays, the talk is more like, what have you done for me lately? You want to go on a date with me? You got to pick me up. Or you got to Uber me. You got to pay for the date. You got to take me over here, over there, over there, over there, over there, over there. Got to go to Benny Honda's. Or whatever expensive. Everything you got to kick out and shell out expensive. And see, now let's bring it all the way circle. Remember, I said 2003, Little John East Side of Boys album. I want to be the friend that's in you. T.I. It ain't tricking if you got it. It was fun then, but that didn't age well now. Because look at the complaints now online of all these new generations that were birthed from that era. So those that was born in 2003 are now 2003, 2023. So you'd be 20, so they're like 24, 25, 20, 26 in that range, right? So now they're the ones that be like, yo, you gotta Uber me and you gotta pay for this, you gotta do this. So now it's standard. And then all you hear online right now is how dudes is not willing to put up with this no more. You hear they have these single nights where you're supposed to go and meet for dates and to court women and talk and all that, and dudes ain't showing up. Or gym memberships, dudes ain't coming. Because now you can't even speak to a chick. Hey love, how you doing? Don't talk to me. What? So there's a new standard now. And now dudes done got to the point where the heterosexuals, we are now inferior. Now we're the enemy number one. Now we're the minority. There's a new rap girl. Starts with a D. Corny. Lyrically, she's dope. I ain't going front. She makes some good songs, but she's been compromised. So now she's her mouth. She says something about If you a man and you straight, it's a red flag. What? If you a man and you straight, it's a red flag. Did she just say Dozy? What's her name? Dozy? Bitch, yo, you tape your eye, you tape. What has this world come to? That's all I'm gonna say. What has this world come to? Klass is in session.